There's another guy who is slumping pretty hard, and I guess it's technically his sophomore year. But Anthony Richardson just got benched after 10 starts to his career. He's being benched for Joe Flacco. Daniel Jones is making his 72nd start this week.
That's absolutely wild, actually.
Right? It's like, how does Daniel Jones get a 72-game leash plus an extension for hundreds of millions of dollars, and Anthony Richardson can't get a season?
He might be the first guy that's ever been benched for Joe Flacco.
Right? I mean, it's actually unreal to think about, because do the Colts think they're one Joe Flacco away from being a real playoff team or something? Like, we're halfway through the season and you're saying, you know what? We're going to the other guy to give us a better shot the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because if that's not what you're saying, yeah, Anthony Richardson's cooked. And he has no shot of ever progressing.
I think it's probably just a game thing to just say you're getting benched for a game because you don't do that.
See, part of me thinks the same thing, where it's you don't ask out. That's not NFL. That's not our standard. I think it could be a punishment thing.
Yeah.
So I will be very interested to hear, because it does not make sense to me as a strategic decision if you're running that team.
Yeah.
It's got to be a punishment. That's the only logical reason.
Yeah, because I can't even foresee Irsay or Ballard making this decision, their owner or GM. This seems like something Steichen probably went to them and was like, hey, I just want to give you a heads up. Here's where my head's at. I can't have him disrespecting the entire locker room. Yeah. Like, I got to bench him for a game or something.
Yeah. It's also that, but also, like, it could also just be like, dude, we're going to bench you, and you need to see that you're not untouchable. Like, you're going to get benched if you're not doing well.
Right.
And he might have some yards, but dude, like, his stats are absolutely
terrible.
I
mean, just watching the game and the stats are awful. At one point, he was 2 of 14 with 88 yards and a touchdown. Well, I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
His yards per attempt are astronomically higher than anybody else, like, in NFL history for a season. The closest we've seen was bad Josh Allen as a rookie, when it was just, oh yeah, I can throw the ball 90 yards, so I'm going to do that every single play.
Yeah.
And he was 3 yards per attempt higher than that. And Josh Allen was able to rein it in and figure out how to complete the short stuff and take his shots at the right times.
Yeah.
And the issue with Richardson is when they have tried to make the offense simpler without those deep shots, he's missing.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's a lot of balls hitting the dirt when they're, receivers 10 yards away from him.
That's tough, because he just looks so talented. It's the eye test thing where
physically he's just incredibly gifted human.
Yeah, and I wish that they could find a way to make him good, but yeah, I mean, who knows?
Dude, well, just let the guy sit and learn a little bit. He didn't start a whole season at Florida.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this guy
putting him out there his first season, he obviously needs some time to grow.
Yeah.
So just give him that opportunity.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, I don't mean to make fun of this new generation, but, like, you're coming out of the game because you're tired. Like,
grow up.
These young kids need to start learning something from these old heads.
Okay,
Joe
good.
Flacco. Huh?
Joe Flacco,
I'm just saying, dude.
Hey, I will say that Matt Stafford, he's played in games with a torn ACL, with broken ribs. Like, this is normal stuff for NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You can't be tired.
Yeah.
That's just not. It's not allowed.
These guys are getting smashed out there. Like, their players, your skill position players are getting smashed, and you're just like, like, I ran around for a while. I'm kind of tired. Like, get me out of here,
Dude, this is a guy that's left, like, 3/4 of the games that he's played in for injury.
Yeah, seriously. And the issue is
such a bad look.
So there's guys like Lamar and Jalen Hurts who are runners, right? And you want them to slide and you want them to get out of bounds because what they provide as a passer is incredibly beneficial for your roster. Well, with Anthony Richardson, in my opinion, he has to do those things. He needs to be butchering people on the field because what else is he doing out there? He is not helping your team besides for the fact that he can break some tackles and run people over as a quarterback threat.
Also, why not just be like, bro, after that hit, for some reason I was seeing stars.
Yeah, you don't have to be like
don't
dude,
say,
I
was like huffing and puffing, so I figured, might as well come out. No, you have to be like, dude, I was seeing stars, I didn't feel right, maybe, so I wouldn't be lying. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's something else. It really is. I will say this, in the short term, while he's benched, thank your lucky stars if you have to start Michael Pittman or Josh Downs.
Yeah.
I mean, I even like it for Jonathan Taylor. Like, you at least get one more game out of those guys. Hopefully, for their sake and for, I mean, literally anybody on the Colts or Colts fans' sakes, Richardson's just benched for the year.
Yeah.
Because
all these guys are like,
let's say Joe Flacco comes out there and plays well. We're better than, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe they're just like, okay, we're gonna roll with this.
Yeah, I mean, at some point,
punishment, we're just gonna roll with this anyway.
Yeah, I mean, well, what does it say to the rest of the locker room if you punish Richardson for one game? If Flacco comes out and he throws for 350 and 4 with an 80% completion rate, and you go, we're putting Richardson back in. That's a smack in the face to every player on offense and defense on the Colts. It really is.
Well, like you said, though, like these guys aren't making the playoffs, or if they do, they're not making it anywhere. So it seems like, you want to start Anthony Richardson so that he can get as much experience as possible, but also you need to get your wide receivers out there and get some experience. So why not just start?
Yeah, I mean, at some point it's like, hey, we just paid Michael Pittman. I need to see something on box score every week because
you got him,
what am I
and
giving
then you got them
for?
2 young guys. You got Downs and Mitchell.
Yeah,
like they need to see the ball, dude.
Yeah,
like,
and Alec Pierce has even looked good at times. I mean, he's out there catching deep balls. We've talked about him before, but he'll be great. Ideally, it works for Richardson too, right? Because that's what he likes to do. The problem is you can put 5 deep against Richardson, and he ain't gonna beat you anywhere on the field. But to your point earlier about he didn't start much in college either. I don't understand what the thought process is from an owner or general manager where you draft a player with that profile, and then after 10 games, you're so mad that they're gonna be benched. When it's like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Right.
Like. The same thing with Bryce Young. It's obviously he had a better track record, but if you make the decision to start that guy right from the jump, in my eyes, you can't go away from it and then come back to it. Once you go away from it, you kind of drew a line in the sand where you no longer believe in Bryce Young by benching him, right? How is his confidence ever going to rebound to the point where he is, the alpha 1A kind of quarterback that you thought he was when you drafted him? And how is Richardson supposed to get back to that too if, it really is an actual benching and not just a punishment?
Yeah. That's tough.
It is tough.
Sucks to suck.
Yep. Fire up your Flaccos, though.
Fire him up. Lose his career to
these guys. They don't put all the expectations on themselves, though. So it's not their fault that they got drafted number 1,
right,
5.
Which, I mean, to be fair, they're right. It is not